Good afternoon, fellow traders. Black Coffee Trader here. It's been a minute since I've had an update. Today is Monday, January the 13th. And hey, we had another red day. I'm actually on a red streak. Let's just dive right into the charts themselves, or the TradeZella, and we'll kind of take a look at things, and I'll dive into a few updates over last week and what's been going on. Today was a pretty bad day, 13% win rate. And here's kind of where we're at. I am certainly on a red streak. I did trade several days last week, kind of some odd times. This was an evening trading after hours. I just traded some weird spots, had a couple little wins here, but all in all, pretty much red there for several days in a row. And today would be 3 days in a row, and we are definitely down about 9,000 on the month, which is not what I like to see. But let's just dive in. This really was kind of my own undoing. Just couple of bad trades into some evening, like I said, some evening trading that just didn't work out, and that's all there is to it. But we are really, this market is in a pretty, we're definitely in a bearish trend. At least we have been for several days, so we'll see if this continues. But yeah, not my best effort, but not the way I wanted to start the year, especially after starting with a couple of small green days to start the month, and then since then we've kind of fallen apart. So definitely got a work cut out for us. I did unfortunately lose 5 PAs today. These top 5 are gone. This drawdown from closed is not correct. I just, when I uploaded this NinjaTrader, somehow this just didn't reset and I just left it. But these accounts were gone. So as you can see, I didn't have very big losses on these accounts. For most of them, it's like 20 to 50 bucks. So I didn't have much left in the tank anyway. So that was kind of, the handwriting was on the wall there. This account here is close. This is correct. There's about 200 in drawdown here, and the other drawdowns are correct. These accounts are still quite healthy. We've got plenty of drawdown left there. And so let's just kind of talk through, really the 5 that I lost was really some early morning trades. I was looking for some trades early in the pre-market, and they just simply didn't work out. Is what it is. No big deal. Those, I either needed to have a decent day on them today, or they were going to get blown. Now, the big story on the rest of the accounts, so lost 5, that means we have 12 left. On those accounts, I have been back testing. I've not shared this with you guys, but I have been back testing a mechanical trade, and I won't get into the weeds on this video. Maybe I'll talk about it more later, especially if you guys want to hear about it. Today was a losing day. This trade has it's a little bit better than a 60% win rate, which is very, very good. And I call it the 940 trade. And so today the signal was short. I did not like it, but I took it anyway because it is a mechanical trade, and I kind of plan on taking this trade on these accounts at least for a couple of weeks, unless this thing just ends up failing for quite a bit. But the historical data has shown that I've never had more than one red week. I think maybe there might have been one other week that was just a very small red week, but there was one week in particular back in November that was red every single day that the trade triggered. It will not trigger every single day, but today it did, and we took it short. I didn't like it because we had the 700 level sitting here, and obviously that did end up rejecting, and I got stopped out for $160 loss. So that's the loss on that trade, is it's 160 on a losing trade. If it wins, it can go up to $400. So it can be a very lucrative trade if it works out. So eventually here, I'm sure we'll see some wins, and I'll be able to share those. Only took 2 trades because then I jumped in up here. This is a very nice hitchhiker trade. We had this strong move back up, after this rejection pullback. This would have been a good little trade here, but there was just one green candle, which is why I didn't take it. Here we had 1, 2, 3, 4 green candles, heavy move up, pullback, jumped in long. I actually had a buy order sitting right here above this wick, and as you can see, that's where it filled me, and just the volatility got me. This trade was in profit, and then it came down, took me out, and then it ripped back up, and then this candle wick back down. But I could have gotten out here for a full profit target there, which would have been about 90 bucks. And that would have been nice because I would have had, recouped about a little over half of my loss on the mechanical 940 trade. So a little bit unfortunate there, but just got stopped out, and there's nothing you can do about that. And it's just the setup was there, the trade was there. Unfortunately, the market volatility caught me, and it is what it is. And that was it. That was all the trading I did. There's just a couple of trades. I'm actually quite happy with the management of the day. I think I might have traded I might have taken a couple more trades during the day on this account right here, the 64 account, which was a $109 loser. I think, let me just look. I kind of think I did. 64. Yeah, right here. I took 2 more trades during the day here. This again, I was looking for this to break out and fell apart there, killed me, and I got stopped out here. This was an excellent hitchhiker setup actually here. And when I entered, this was actually green and it looked like this was going to go, and it just completely fell apart and took me out, and that lost that account. So, but anyway. So that's that. I will say this, the positive is I did pass one of the evals that I've had. I'll just show you the eval trades. I don't share these a whole lot, but I did pass this one. This was one of the accounts that I had close and got it up about 600 in profit today and passed that one. So tomorrow morning we'll have 17 minus 5 is 12. We'll have 13 funded. And then I have 3 more accounts here that I did take a little bit of a loss on these 2. So these are, you know, about 1,000 away from being passed. And then this one here was day 1. I had a little winner there. So again, I'm just kind of taking it slow. And I did buy a few more just to try to get myself to the 20, or at least close to those 20 now that we lost several. But anyway, that's that. On the take profit side, I'm not, you know, this is not, I don't want to speak too loudly before I get it done, but I did have a nice day, up 300 a piece, copy trading these 5. So we're still trying to get 5 take profit accounts across the finish line, which seems to be a Herculean effort. But anyway, that's where we're at. So, but yeah, that's the long and the short of that. The specials going on, Apex 50% off, no biggie. I do think they have a $35 reset, so that's actually probably the cheapest thing you can do. And then Take Profit Trader has a 50% off lifetime, and they have removed the daily loss limit, which is really, really nice. I love that. In the past, on a 50K account with Take Profit Trader, if you hit $1,100 loss in one day, you blew the account. And so that is no longer there, which is really, really nice. Love to see that. But anyway, my code BCT gets you those the best deals with Take Profit and Apex. So thanks for using my code. Appreciate that, those of you that do. Geez, what else? Let's take a look at the market. A couple things. I talked about this market being red. So here, this purple line is the 20 SMA. The light blue one is the 50 SMA. The yellow one is the 100 SMA, and the red one is the 200 SMA on the daily chart. And if you see, we rarely have gotten to the 200 SMA in the last several years, actually since the spring of 2023. Since the spring of 2023, we have only hit the 200 SMA 3 times. So if we hit the 200 SMA, there is a significant chance, in my opinion, that this continues to fall down a little bit further. Now, we kind of had a rebound day. It was a red day. I think we've had the 5th straight red day on NQ. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 5 straight red days. We did lose the 21,000s. 21,000 is a level you've heard me talk about before. I've had this marked out for quite a while. We did lose that. We kind of bounced back off. We bounced off about the 700s today. That was that morning trade that we talked about. So I don't know. I'm a little bit uncertain. I feel better with the fact that we kind of reclaimed. We haven't really fully reclaimed, but I really would like to see the market reclaim the 21,000s for us to continue to push this up higher. And if that transpires, if this daily wick is simply just wicking down into the 100 SMA, if you notice right here, we bounced off the 100 SMA and we had a nice bounce long. Back here, we bounced off the 100 SMA. Back here, we bounced off the 100 SMA. So in the last 6 months, there have been 3 bounces off the 100 SMA for nice upside after that. So we could potentially be seeing that turning green tomorrow if this continues to bounce, but that's just something I'll be looking at. And then on ES on the daily charts, very similar picture, the same SMAs. We certainly are rolling over, but we did have a green day on ES today and bounced back up. This 58,000 or 5,800 area is very, very, very big, very, very key and very big level on ES. On the SPY, if you will, but this has held up, and it did hold up today, pushed us out of there. So this really, in my opinion, ES is probably the big pusher that's moving this and will push this thing back up should we do so, you know, unless this absolutely rejects and falls back apart. And kind of interestingly enough, look at the 100 SMA on ES. We bounced off of it back here in April, May, and then we really fell through it here in the middle of the summer, and then we bounced here again in September and pushed out of that. So, I mean, here we had a bounce, we touched it, pushed out of it. Here we bounced through it, pushed out of it. Now we fell through it. So we'll see if this continues. But I would say just the way the SMAs are holding and the way that the 5,800 level is holding and did hold up gives me really probably a fair amount of confidence that this is going to push higher. And again, you can kind of see the similarities here on NQ. NQ had a red day today, but I do think there's very much potential for this to push to the upside should these levels hold up overnight. So we shall see. But that's my thesis, my 2 cents, and that's the market today. This little yellow line was really kind of an intraday. I was looking at the Friday lows. You can kind of see the Friday lows, and this is something I'll probably remove, especially depending on what this market does overnight. But I was really looking for that to kind of reclaim and push, and it really struggled to do that. We bounced off of it in the morning session, and we finally reclaimed it, but it took a while. It took until end of day before this thing finally pushed its way out of there. So again, I do think if we can reclaim the 21,000, maybe we do that overnight, early morning. If we can reclaim that, I think this thing is poised for further upside. So anyway, that's my $5.99 thesis on the market. So that is that. Oh, I forgot to mention one other thing. I have been trading U-Profit. I did have a green day on U-Profit. I didn't mention that, but had a nice small green day, 232 in profit. We got this account back up to nearly 2,000. I think I'm going to request a payout because today was day 14. I've been trading this for a while since I've had a payout. So I'm going to try to request a payout tomorrow probably, and we'll see what that does. So I really want to get something into this year-to-date payouts box down here. It bothers me to see that at 0, but anyway, I can't make that just be a big change, but I do think I will submit that tomorrow. And so kind of the plan going forward is to, like I said earlier, to trade this 940 mechanical trade in the morning session on the days that it triggers and see if we can get some profits pushed into these Apex accounts. Over the last 5 weeks, for example, this 940 trade amounted to nearly $3,000 in profits. So not without daily losses here and there, but if that actually works out, then that could really help me to maybe breathe some life into my Apex accounts, which is what we're trying to do. It's been a long time since I've had an Apex payout, and I'm definitely looking forward to getting back on that. So once again, thank you. I'll probably have a few updates this week. I don't know if I'll do one every single day, but I will have for the early part of the week here. I should have a couple of updates. So stay tuned. We'll try to bring you those as the days go on. So I hope you had a very good day. Hope you had a good week last week. And yeah, keep trading well. Let's be careful with this crazy market the way it's at, and try to put together some green days. So take care. Have a good day tomorrow. And until next time, so long.